Go on mute unless you're speaking. Vincent, go on mute. Abraham, go on mute. Rotex Bright, go on mute.
Madam Paco, our great leader from Canada, can you take the mic away and introduce the next leader? Hello, Sparkle leader, are you here?
I think I saw her. Let me see. Okay.
I heard her voice before. Okay, maybe she's busy.
So. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Enoch, are you here with us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Henry, I'm here.
Okay, please take the mic away and help us to usher in our able CEO, the most humble and able man I've listened to. Can you usher him in?
Yes,
Tell us about yourself a little and then usher in our able CEO.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity given me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor having you here tonight, and then I will entreat that all of us stay until the end of this call because we and then the center is our humble CEO. In fact, I've been with this man for about let me say 3 and then he stands of it. The man James for 12 years has worked in top industry, and then he is a co-founder, and then he will for as well as GCS Fibers, Meta Fibers, and then Eco Group. Tonight we are very blessed to have him here. Sorry for not seeing my but we love him. We love him because he's a man of his word. So we are very blessed to have him in our midst today. He's going to do the presentation. Please, let's give it up to him whilst he takes the stage from me. We can do that in the chat box by sending fire emojis, clap, love, and those things. We can do that in the chat box to invite him whilst he comes to speak to us about ASH Token and the GCS Fibers. Thank you. See you.
Before the CEO will come in, please, we can...
Thank you so much. Good evening to all of you. My name is Atoando, as introduced. I happen to be the founder of the ASH Environmental DAO and its first digital asset, the ASH Token project. And hold on. On with us today is one of our marketing team members. I would like to introduce her. Lucy, are you still on? Are you on with us, Lucy?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, there you go. This is Lucy. Lucy, say hi to the folks.
Hi, everyone.
All right, so Lucy is here in the U.S., in New Jersey. She's part of our marketing team. You're going to see a lot of her face, and you're going to see a bit of her face with the marketing promotions that we're going to be having, like the content we're creating. She's part of the team that's managing all of the EB Tech. Keep it this way, folks, all right? Do well as you come online. Just make sure you're on mute, okay, so that we have as little interruptions as possible. Okay. So, Lucy, thanks for making the call. I know you're busy with your recordings. Lucy and the team are busy recording a lot of content that we're going to have for our various social media pages and handles and the marketing blitz that we're about to launch in March. I just thought to make her feel a little uncomfortable and bring her on as well. So, Lucy can go off camera now whenever you want, okay? All right. Okay, folks, thank you all so much, all right? We do have something that is very, very special indeed in the ASH Environmental DAO and its first digital asset, the ASH Token. We all know that there are millions and millions of crypto coins and crypto assets out there, but they all claim to be of worth, of substance, of value, and everyone is saying that theirs is of more substance. But in the case of the ASH token, we are able to actually prove it. Okay, we are able to actually prove it. Now, let me say first, apologies for the confusion last Sunday. As there was an expectation for some airdrops. There was some miscommunication today. What we wish to discuss with you is what the ASH token is, right? How it came about, or why does it exist, okay? Then we're going to talk about what makes the ASH token different than the other digital assets that are on the market. We're going to discuss the tokenomics of the ASH token, how the coins work, right? In what proportion. And then we're going to talk about the referral program that we have, the affiliate program. And then we're going to talk about our efforts to make our plans or strategy to make this project go viral, okay? To make it go viral somewhere between the end of April and especially by the end of June, okay? To the extent that we are hopeful and praying that we'll be able to drop 3 zeros of the price. Okay, so during the course of the discussions, raise your hand if you have a question, or you can simply wait until the end of the presentation to ask your questions. Okay, NY Angel, go on mute.
They will ask you when you finish. Sorry, you're interrupted.
But they don't even have questions. They just need to remember to go on mute as they enter the room. I hear you. Yes.
Sometimes our people need a very...
Token is a crypto ecosystem that funds businesses. Okay, businesses that have what? High impact ideas, high impact innovations, high impact in the sense that these companies are creating a lot of jobs, they're generating a lot of profit, and they're facilitating economic development in the markets that they're in. Okay, so what do we mean by facilitating economic development? We are talking about how when a company operates in a given market, from its profits, the local or regional government is able to tax. The national government is able to tax, those profits and revenues. Okay, that is how we facilitate economic development. Not to mention the jobs that these companies create. And to boot, we talk about companies who are helping the environment. Now, in some parts of the world, environmental accountability is not that much of a priority. But even though it affects us, right? But the Western world, or a bigger part of the world, is very keen on environmental accountability and has been spending a great sums of money to make sure that the issue of climate change or environmental pollution is being addressed. Okay, so this is what the ASH token is: the ecosystem that gives funding to companies, right, that are able to create a lot of jobs. They're able to help, with environmental cleanup, right? They're able to facilitate economic development through the operations. Okay, that's what the ASH token is. Now, you've heard that the ASH token funds companies. It doesn't use people's investments to fund these companies, and we'll go into depth in just a bit. Okay, all right, and why does the ASH token exist? Okay, first let me, Mr. Henry and Mr. Enoch have both alluded to this. The project or the company is registered here in the U.S. in the state of Wyoming. Okay, and so we didn't go to the we didn't go offshore. We didn't go to the Bahamas or the Cayman Islands where all these other crypto projects go to hide. Okay, we're right here in the U.S. because, as you all know, crypto is such that one can very easily get corrupted. Okay, the owners of the project. If you don't do well to hold yourself accountable, the temptation, right, of seeing a boatload of money in your crypto asset or project, can be very strong. So we intentionally registered it here in the U.S., where we know that the rule of law really applies and works. Okay, where even someone in any part of the world, right, can call the FBI if they ever feel defrauded, okay? Or write to the FBI or go on their website and make a report. So this places pressure on us to make sure that we are doing things the right way, All right. That's one of the main reasons why we registered this thing right here in the US. All right. And so why does the ASH token exist? All right. You find this not hard to believe. I don't like crypto. Or there was a time where I didn't like crypto. Now I don't like all crypto. I like some crypto assets, okay? I love the concept of crypto. But there was a time where I didn't want to even hear about crypto. There's a team member of ours who for 5 years, prior to 2021, had been begging me to look into crypto. I wouldn't bother. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. Okay? It didn't make sense to me. A virtual this, a virtual that, a coin, but you can't touch it. It just didn't make any sense to me. Okay? Augustine, welcome. And so, but there came a time where I was leading a sister company called GCS Fibers. We'll talk a bit more about GCS Fibers. But at the time in GCS Fibers, we were trying to raise about $30 million to get that innovation going, or that company going. And we had raised all but $10 million, and we're having a very tough time, right? A very tough time trying to raise this last $10 million. In fact, back in 2020, we had an offer a deal on the table for GCS Fibers to receive the $10 million in funding from a lady called Amanda Crockett, who was a granddaughter of the founder of McDonald's, right? Ray Crockett. And just as we're getting ready to go on this trip, to California to meet with her to complete the deal, COVID happens. Okay? COVID happens, folks, and the deal is off the table. So this is March of 2020. We go through 2020, knocking on doors, still trying to speak to investors. You name it, venture capitalists, private equity firms, angel investors, traditional banks, friends and family. We just combed through everything, and we couldn't raise this $10 million. So as 2021, turned, I was very tired. In fact, there was a point where during 2020, I didn't want to speak to another investor. This is about GCS Fibers. I didn't want to speak to another investor. All right. And so as 2020 turned into 2021, my prayer, to God on the 31st of 2020 was that I don't want to move or take a step in 2021 until God himself shows me what to do or brings me, our helpers. And so 2021 comes and I start the year with, 3 days of fasting. And during this period, during these 3 days, right? I thank you, Abe. During these 3 days, I wouldn't take any calls between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. But on the third day, I got a call coming through at about somewhere between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. And here I was, debating whether or not I should take that call, okay? And the Holy Spirit just told me to take it. So I took that call. And it was a gentleman who lives here in the U.S. That I met on a flight to South Africa in 2018. And we had discussed GCS Fibers during that trip. And he knew that, when the market tried to raise money. And so he asked me, Ato, how is your project going and how's, the funding effort? I told him, well, it's not going badly. It's just that we still have a bit of funds to raise. And what Tim told me, that's the guy's name, said was, well, have you considered crypto? That's what he said. Have you considered crypto? And I told him, actually, a friend or a team member had been trying to talk to me about crypto for some time now, but I've not given him at the time of day. But, I can call him back and then, I can look into it at some point. So that was it, right? I didn't think much of it. It wasn't until the next day that I said, that call was not by chance, right? So I called Troy, a team member who'd been trying to get me to do crypto for the previous 5 years. He came to the office and I said, Troy, tell me about crypto. And he went on, again, ledger and digital ledger and this and that and blockchain and all this, foreign language to me. And so I said, Troy, just show me, do you mind showing me your account? And the gentleman showed me his account. And folks, this was at a time where I was going into my personal coffers to pay for, to handle payroll for GCS Fibers. And Troy had enough money to cover our payroll for that year. I said, Troy, if you have this kind of money, why are you coming for, my little change? And so, folks, that was it. That's what did it for me. Okay. I saw that crypto is indeed, right, a platform to raise capital and to generate wealth. Okay. Not that Troy was exponentially wealthy then, but it became clear to me. We all know money. We all understand math, right? We all understand money. And so that's when I calmed down and really, decided to listen, began to listen. And so after some, Bello, go on mute. So after some sessions with Troy, I decided to put a bit of funds into crypto, to test it for myself. At that time, Bitcoin was about $45,000. This was in like March, April 2021. Okay. In about 3 weeks, Bello, go on mute, please. In about 3 weeks, I had cleared $52,000 in 3 weeks. Bello, go on mute. I don't know how crypto is. We know that during, any period, one day you can be up, 1,000%. The next minute you are down, right, 200%, and so on and so forth. It's just highly volatile, very, very volatile, right? And so that was what I didn't like about it. But aside from that, I saw that there is true potential here, where if we package our project the right way, we could leverage the global reach of crypto to raise any amount of money that we needed for our companies. Okay, so we got into ASH Token not to just make a coin to make money. We got into ASH Token to create a platform that we can use to solve problems. Hello, you were just on mute. Why are you unmuted again? Go on mute. Okay. So once again, we didn't get into the ASH Token to create, just to make coins that we're going to sell to make money. Okay? We wanted to solve a problem. We started with one problem, wanting to solve the problem of companies who have great ideas, right, that couldn't get funded. Can you imagine the number of people who have great ideas, who have big dreams, but didn't get funding and they've passed on? We experienced that at GCS Fibers. Okay? That's what we experienced at GCS Fibers. A company that can generate profits over $500 million per factory, doing wondrous things. Yet we couldn't get this last $10 million that we needed. That was our motivation, folks, in getting into crypto. That was our motivation in coming up with the ASH DAO and its first cryptocurrency, the ASH Token. And in doing so, feeding off that initial desire, right, to solve this problem of capitalization for businesses, we then found it that very easily for us that we can use the same platform, right, to clean the environment, because the companies that we fund will be in the environmental space, so inherently we'll be providing a solution for that challenge as well. And we'll surely speak about one of those challenges, one of those environmental challenges. Same time, we realize that we fashioned our platform to make sure that it also addresses the issue of whether it's, unemployment or poverty, whatever the case is, by making sure that the companies that we fund are creating a lot of jobs. Okay? And making sure, in addition, that we can address the issue of economic development, right, by making sure that the companies that we fund are generating a lot of profits, okay, and thereby helping to develop, the communities they're in. So that's what the ASH Token is. This is what guided us into GCS and the ASH Token. This is why it exists. We didn't get into it to make coins, just to make coins or sell coins. We didn't get into it just, to make money. That will come. By what God has blessed us with, the money will come. I guarantee you all of you will be millionaires many times over, very, very soon. You all early adopters. Before our story is done, you all be millionaires. That's the kind of project that we have. Okay? That's what we got. So, what makes the ASH Token different? All right? What makes the ASH token different? The ASH token is different in the sense that it's a governance token, right? So it's a utility token. It has a utility aspect to it. Utility in the sense that it funds these companies, okay, starting with the first three that we have. And in return to funding these companies, right, these companies will return up to 20% of their profits. The negotiation is different with each company. They will return up to 20% of their profits to buy ASH tokens every month for in whole for 5 years. Okay. Now, I mentioned earlier how the ecosystem funds these companies. It's not people's investment that we use to fund these companies. Let me explain that right now, and then we'll go into it a bit more later. When someone buys ASH token, or whenever any of us buys crypto, there's a transaction fee, okay? In the case of the ASH token, there's a 10% transaction fee whenever someone buys the ASH token. We take this 10% transaction fee, and that is what we use to fund these companies and manage the operations, of the ecosystem of the project. So the rest of everyone's investment remains in their wallet, whether on their phone or in a centralized exchange, and remains in the liquidity pool of the project. We don't touch it. We only work with the 10% transaction fee. So if someone buys $100 worth of ASH token, there is 10% transaction fee, so that's $10. Then $90 goes into the person's account, which they control in their wallet, and we just work with that $10, that transaction fee. That's it. We use a portion of that to fund the companies. All right? So let me clarify that from the very beginning. All right? So that we can manage all the apprehensions. So what makes the ASH token different is that it is backed by real companies. It is backed by real companies that are doing mighty, that are creating mighty impact, right? Big time impact in our global environment. One of these companies is called GCS Fibers. GCS Fibers is a manufacturing company also based here in the US that takes coal ash, the ash from coal. Okay, COAL, coal. We take the ash from coal and we process it into what we call mineral fiber. Mineral fiber. This is like cotton, okay? It's like cotton or paper pulp. Okay? Now, this mineral fiber that GCS Fibers makes is fire retardant up to over 2,000 degrees Celsius, okay? It doesn't burn. It doesn't smoke. It doesn't burn, it doesn't smoke. Our country director in Nigeria has samples and has in her kits that those of you who might be close to her can see. I'll be in Nigeria in, I think around the 11th and the 12th of March in just a few days. We'll bring more kits for some of your leaders there, dollar machine, okay? This product doesn't burn, doesn't smoke, highly heat resistant, and this is the very thing that we use to produce any paper products. So whether it's print paper, copy paper, computer paper, tissues, diapers, cardboard, there's the same thing that we use to manufacture any rubber, any plastic, insulation, textiles, right? Textile products. Imagine this being used to make firefighter equipment. Okay? This thing can be used to manufacture any automobile part. If you take a car from the front, from the trunk, to the hood, the rim to the roof, this product can be used to make it. Okay? This is what GCS Fibers does. I'm going to capture for you the value, right? I'm going to I'll quantify for you the value of GCS Fibers' technology so that you can see how meaningful it is, right? As it backs the ASH Token project. Okay. I said they use coal ash to make this fiber product. Coal ash, as some of us might already know, is toxic. It causes cancer. This product, this loose ash. We all know charcoal, right? Charcoal is man-made from wood. You burn the charcoal, you get the ash, right? But that one is not toxic. Coal is formed in the ground. It is mined, right? It is mined from the ground as you wash it and you burn it. Coal is used by heavy industry, high energy industry. So we're talking about the electricity industry, the pulp industry, the paper mill industry, and the steel industry. They are the ones who use coal the most. Back in the days, locomotives, the trains, right, will use coal to power themselves as they went up and down the tracks. For those of you in Nigeria, the Nigerian government is trying to put up 5 or 6 coal power plants by 2030. There are coal power plants in Nigeria now. What are they doing with the ash? Those in Ghana, there are mines and dams using coal. What are they doing with the ash? This ash causes cancer. Now, let me show you a couple of documents that will capture for you the value of GCS Fibrous technology, and so that you can see how much it's doing. You can see the value of the ICE token, okay, how it is helping to create and generate more value in the ICE token. Remain me. Show you some PDF documents. Okay. Go on mute, folks, as you come on. Are you able to continually unmute yourself? There's an article concerning a company, one electricity company in the U.S. They're called Duke Energy. They are based in Ohio, right? But they have a power plant in North Carolina, an electricity power plant in North Carolina that generates electricity, right? That generates electricity and has a ton of coal ash in the state of North Carolina. They have over 100 million tons of coal ash in North Carolina. Okay? Over 100 million tons of coal ash. I just want to show you what they have been tasked to do. Now, here they are. You can see here, just this line. The governor of North Carolina has told them to get their ash out of his state. Okay? And to do that, the electricity company is facing a cleanup cost somewhere between $8 and $9 billion. That is billion with a B, folks. Not million. Billion. This is one company, not a country. A company, single company, having to pay this amount of money. And all they're going to do is dig out their coal ash and take it to another state in South Carolina, because they have the landfills, the landfill capacity, and they're willing to take it on. This is a problem that the industry has with coal ash, for which GCS Fibers, one of the companies backing the ASH Token crypto project, is able to solve. Okay? So this very company, Duke Energy, reached out to us some time ago in 2020 about the technology. You can see here 2020, right, in the email. And their vice president of byproducts technologies and beneficial use, this gentleman, Tim Smart, the one that reached out to us, was the one who reviewed our technical proposal. And I'll just show you this last portion, this last paragraph here, okay? Looking forward to hearing from you. This is the best Rockwool proposal that I've received by a wide margin. And at this point in 2020, he had been in the industry for 33 years. 33 years, folks. Right? I like your technology. It's innovative and interesting. Right? Look what it says here. Your use of cupola furnace is an excellent choice. Folks, we have gone out of our way to make sure that the innovation that we have is truly one of a kind. When we say we, I'm talking about GCS Fibers. Okay? And it's the same technology and the same company that we've used to back up the ASH Token. Here's another company, Georgia Power. Georgia Power is also one electricity company based in the state of Georgia, in Atlanta, okay, here in the U.S. They are also facing a cleanup cost, right? They have over 100 million tons of coal ash, and this is what it's going to cost them, to clean up. Okay, another what? $9 billion for their cleanup costs, folks. $9 billion for them to clean up their ash. Okay, now let me just put this into perspective. The biggest GCS fibers factory can process 1 million metric tons of coal ash a year. That factory can also employ 500 people and generate profits of $500 million a year. That single factory. So when we say that one electricity company has 100 million tons of coal ash in a landfill, can you imagine the business activity that this GCS Fibers company is going to have? And this is just one company, Duke Energy Company, Georgia Power, the same thing, over 100 million tons in one state. That $9 billion cost is just for one state, for them to clean up the ash in one state, folks. One state. So you can see that behind the ASH Token are companies that are doing wondrous things. There are companies that are one-of-a-kind innovations, breakthrough innovations that no one else has. Cabinet technologies. This is what makes the ASH Token different, folks. We are not selling coins. We are solving global problems. And even though they're in the environmental space, we are not talking about somebody's hobby. We're not funding hobbies. We're not funding some recycling projects. No. The products that come out of the ash that we create are first class, highest grade in the markets. So not only is the technology itself in demand, the products that GCS Fibers makes are also in high demand. Now, those of you who are in tune with the automotive industry, the electric vehicle industry is taking off, right? Making a lot of noise. But they're also making a lot of noise for the wrong reasons. These electric vehicles keep exploding. Why? Because their lithium batteries are so volatile and they get so hot that they simply explode. Okay? They simply explode. I'm getting somewhere with this story. Hang with me. Hold on for me. Okay? I'm getting somewhere. We all know Tesla, I'm sure, right? We all know Tesla. Let me show you some articles in the past of ships carrying thousands of vehicles are exploding and catching on fire. This was in 2022. Okay? You can see the heading of the article. Many EVs. Here's a ship carrying 4,000 vehicles worth $500 million. This is all on Google. You can Google it up. Caught fire. The lithium batteries and some of the Teslas there exploded, and all the vehicles were burned. The ship burned down. Another instance in 2020, this time, a ship carrying 3,000 vehicles, folks. 3,000 vehicles. 3,000 vehicles sank. See the ship on its side. 3,000 vehicles worth over $400 million. Right? What happened? Lithium batteries on electric vehicles exploded. So do you know what happens? Tesla reaches out to us, folks. Tesla reaches out to us and they want to know about our mineral fiber to see if they can use it to insulate their battery and keep the heat from getting to it. Okay? And I'm going to show you some text message exchanges that we had with their lead engineer, who was tasked with finding a solution for that problem of Teslas. Okay? Let me share screen real quick. Again, folks, I'm just trying to capture for you, right, the value of the companies back in the ASH Token and what makes the ASH Token different. When you see this, you should have a peace of mind and know that the ASH Token is indeed sustainable. Okay? Sustainable beyond measure. And besides that, it is valuable. It's of value, right? Delivering value for not just the average investor, but for the entire crypto industry. And we'll speak about that as well in just a bit. So this screen that you see, what you see here is my discussions with a Tesla engineer, okay? Steve Williams. So here, he's asking about the installation. Let me see here. So let me get out of the view and then just blow it up here. So it's easy to move around. Okay, right here. Okay. All right. So you see the first screen on the left is we send him samples, right? The soft, we send him the soft fiber here, and then we send him the fiber board, right? The green one, okay? All right. And so they did a test with a wireless torch on both of them, okay? Right? The soft, we send them the soft fiber here, and then we send them the fiber board, right? The green one, okay? All right. And so they did a test with a wireless torch on both of them, okay? Now let's go to this document here, this picture here in the middle. You see where it says, okay, sounds like a plan. I just told something that we have something even more heat resistant. The test that they did of ours was what? 4,000 degrees. They used a welder's torch, folks. You see where he's asking about the price? So we sent him a proposal, okay? And you see where it says he seemed pretty impressed, right here. He seems pretty impressed. That is Elon Musk, folks. Elon Musk. They showed the test to Elon Musk, and Elon is impressed. All right? Our plan is this, folks. When GCS goes to price the installation fiber for Tesla, right? We're giving Tesla a discount. In exchange, Elon Musk has to agree to have make two positive tweets about the ASH Token project a year. Folks, and those of you in the crypto space, we all know what that man's voice can do. Okay? We all know what his voice can do. Let me show you the test that Tesla did, okay, on the green fiber that we had. This is at their factory in California. What they were trying to do is pretty much see if they can melt the product with a welder's torch. I'm gonna skip forward. Folks, it doesn't burn. It doesn't burn, folks. Imagine this. Making this product, this fiber product, out of something that causes cancer. And having it in a form that is not cancerous, that is not toxic. And look at its uses. This thing can be used to manufacture anything in this world. Anything, folks. It replaces everything. This fiber. Where a single factory can generate profits of $500 million a year, create 500 direct jobs. Yo, we are not selling coins. ASH Token is not a mere coin. We are solving global problems. You look at a sister company, Eco Green Solutions, is able to capture greenhouse gas emissions. We all know about CO2. We've all heard about climate change, right? Sulfur dioxide, poison, and all these things. This company that we have can capture carbon dioxide, CO2, at efficiencies of what, 96%. There's no technology in the market now that can capture CO2 beyond 30% efficiency rate. And we have used these mighty companies with their great innovations to back the ASH Token. That is what you are coming into. A crypto ecosystem that is not here to sell coins. That is here to solve global problems, environmental problems, funding companies that need capital to commercialize their operations, creating jobs through these companies, and facilitate economic development in the regions and markets that these companies will operate in. But we are not stopping there. We're not just stopping here. We intend to create our own exchange. We intend to come up with our own stable coin because companies getting funding from the ASH token are going to be required to execute at least 40% of the transactions in crypto with ASH token. So we're creating this stable coin. Our goal is to make the ASH token a true currency. That wherever any of the companies that we fund go to, let's say GCS Fibers goes to Nigeria to fund, to build a factory, we first negotiate with the government, right? Their crypto has to be accessible and legalized for transactions because the people buying, GCS Fibers products, we need crypto. The people selling to us, we need crypto. Our workforce, we need to be able to accept and use crypto as salary, our stable coin. We are not just stopping. Yes. We are not selling this. How did you come on mute? Emeka, get muted. Mute yourself. So as Mr. The whole point is to quantify for you, show you, right, the value of the companies that are backing the ASH token. This is why the ASH token can go on TV, can go on radio, can go to the newspapers and do interviews, right, to talk about our crypto ecosystem, to talk about our projects. Because we don't go there to tell people to buy crypto, to buy the ASH token. No, we go there to tell them what the ASH token is able to do. Fund companies, provide capital to companies, help to clean the environment through the companies that we fund, help to create jobs through the companies that we fund. Okay? Help to create economic activity, or facilitate economic development through the companies that we fund. This is what we talk about. What other crypto can get out there and speak about its utility, other than the likes of maybe XRP, who provides financial payment systems, right? That is used outside of the crypto ecosystem, yes, but that is still virtual, right? We made the entire crypto industry proud. Well, how do we do that? Because we let the ordinary person who would otherwise not like crypto or know about crypto see for themselves what crypto can do through the companies that we fund, like GCS Fibers, when they build their factory. And they get jobs there. And they see the signboards that says GCS Fibers funded by the ASH token. The entire crypto system wants mass adaptation, right? They cannot get it. They cannot achieve it. There's not many people understand. But we're able to, through the utility aspect of the ASH token ecosystem, we can now bring crypto outside to the real world. That's what God has blessed us with, folks. That's it. So, in as much as we're going to be getting the average person who would otherwise never hear about crypto or might take a long time to hear about crypto, in as much as we're able to get that individual to come to see what crypto can do and hopefully get them into the crypto sector, the hardcore crypto sector itself as well will now come to our platform, into our ecosystem. Right? Because all these crypto companies, what they do is they place their reserves in other crypto projects. That is why when FTX crashed a couple of years ago, right, as soon as Binance made its withdrawal, it went down. The Solana went down with it. They all suffered because they placed their reserves, right, with other projects. We want to be that destination of choice for the crypto sector itself, for the other coins in the market. That they will see us as a stable platform, right, that they will bring their reserves to us. ASH token is not geared towards just individual investors like you and me. It's not. We've got corporations. And these days, all these big entities, whether it's Exxon, whether it's Barclays, Standard Chartered, whether it's JP Morgan Chase here in the US, they all want to show their shareholders and the stakeholders that they care about the environment. So they spend a lot of money giving grants away to companies in the environmental space in the name of the CSR and ESG goals, right? Be that destination of choice for them. And we will be that destination of choice for them. So we're not looking at just individual investors, folks. That's not what we're relying on. We look for fellow crypto projects to come on board. We look for corporations like Exxon, like Mobil, like Shell, the likes, to come on board. We're looking at the world bodies, right? The United Nations, IMF, World Bank, because they are all trying to combat what? Global pollution and climate change. They're all trying to fight it, throwing hundreds of billions of dollars at this problem. And through GCS Fibers and Eco Green Solutions, two of the companies back in the ASH Token, we have the solutions for these two major problems that the whole world can solve. Folks, we are not selling coins. We are not. And those of you who will be able to come on board, join hands with us at this early stage, that we can lean on you all as our foundation, stand to reap a lot. Where you might be starting today as maybe an affiliate member or a member of the referral program. In about a few months to come, about 6 months to come, after we've gone viral, I'm then going to look at how we've done. Where we'll look at how we can bring many of you into the company, into the organization. Because you know what? The companies that we fund, eventually we're going to need a team in our business development enterprise that will be going out to what? Provide oversight of the operations so that we can make sure that they're being proficient in their operations, that they're reporting the right metrics and profits and all that kind of stuff, doing audits of them, all right? We're going to need a team that will go out there and look for companies like those of our GCS Fibers and Eco Green Solutions that will fit the ASH Token model that we can also bring on board. We're going to need some of you to represent the company at national events, represent us before the UN, the Climate Change Commission, represent us before the IMF. Right? That's just generally. So this is only now that maybe your position or your role will be as affiliate program, and of course, for those of you who decide to buy, you're coming aboard as an ASH Token holder. But as you perform, as we continue to go make progress, and as we go viral, okay? Jesus, right? This is not all that is in there for you. Once we go viral, not when, not if, once we go viral, okay? We're then going to take another look. But we're going to look at some of you, see as many of you that we can bring in board, we can bring into the company proper, okay, and the conversation, so that again you can represent this company and the entire ASH Environmental DAO. And those of you that might be able to transition to GCS Fibers or the other companies, more power to you. Those of you in Nigeria, we are actually building, we've registered GCS Fibers in Nigeria, all right, we're in Kano State. Then that's what we're using to market the ASH Token, and we're looking to get another office in Lagos this very spring. Those in South Africa, we've been to South Africa. We've been invited there by the trade minister a few years ago. South Africa wants us to build 11 of our factories there. They got their coal power plant, Eskom, Kelvin Power. We've met with all of them. They hosted my team there a few years ago for 5 days and brought all the industries there, the automotive industry, the textile industry, right? The power industry. South Africa has, they're the 7th largest producer of coal in the whole world. Nigeria has coal. Kenya has coal. Uganda has coal. And of course, China, India, and whatever, Canada. Coal is everywhere. It's everywhere, folks. It's everywhere. So again, the ASH Token is not just about coins. It's a platform for solutions. We're not solving small problems, folks. We're solving global challenges. And in doing so, we make the crypto ecosystem proud, bringing them on board and then making the average Joe, right, come into crypto as well. All right. Let's talk about the tokenomics. That was just, about what makes the ASH token different, all right? Let's talk about the tokenomics. The ASH token has 10 trillion coins. 10 trillion ASH tokens, right? Only 35% of it is in circulation now. The 65% that is left, I know some are thinking, hey, what's going on with it? When are they going to be released into the market? Rest easy. We are not about to come and dump all those coins on the market, deflate, the price, or, execute a rug pull and run away. No. If we did that, nobody will have confidence in the project. So this is what we have done in the modification of the smart contract. We put the rest, the 65% of the ASH tokens now on the contract itself. It is only going to be released by the contract. No human intervention, no human involvement. I cannot control it. Based on certain market conditions, right? The contract will know, right? The code in the contract will know when to release more ASH tokens, never more than 1%. Let's say the price of the ASH token goes high. Let's say the market is really, really, really hot, right? Then based on certain parameters that have been built, the smart contract for the ASH token will know, let me release more tokens. So that way, we don't devalue the price too much. Okay, because inevitably we have to release all the tokens. But instead of human control, where we're going to dump a certain amount on the market, whenever we want, right? Or per whatever schedule, we put it on the contract. We left it to the contract. So as it releases more tokens, as time goes on, right? It holds the money that it gets for selling these tokens, those funds also remain in the contract. They don't come out. We don't withdraw it. We cannot withdraw it. It's stuck there. But the benefit of that is this. When the market goes cold, like how the ASH token dropped, in price the last couple of days, right? The coin would then know the smart contract will know to buy. If it falls under a certain percentage over a certain period of time, the contract gets triggered to buy ASH tokens on its own. And when it buys to correct the price, right? And then also, whatever ASH token that the contract buys, it throws away. We get rid of it. We take it out of circulation. In taking it out of circulation, we reduce the amount of ASH tokens that's available for people to buy, therefore creating an additional upward price movement. The price goes up. The less ASH token circulation, the higher the price. A simple example, let's say we have 10 children, right? Let's say someone has 10 children. Mr. Henry has 10 children. He's giving them $100 to share. Okay? This guy. He's giving them $100 to share among 10 children. Of course, they're all going to get what? $10. But let's say now 7 children. We've gotten rid of 3 children. 7 children remain, and they still have to share the $100. They're going to get more, right? The same concept for the ASH token. When we burn or we get out of when we throw them out of circulation, the less ASH token there are in circulation, the higher the price. So we've gone to great lengths to make sure that we are always making sure the price is going up as much as possible. Okay. Now, still a part of the tokenomics, right? I mentioned earlier how there's a 10% transaction fee when someone buys the ASH token. After the transaction fee, the remaining funds go into where? The 90% of the investors' funds go into their wallet, right? Into their account. The 10% is subdivided by the contract, by the smart contract, into different wallets, okay, that we use to operate the project. So the 10% transaction fee that we get, 80% of it goes into the ASH Environmental DAO, okay? 80% of it goes into the ASH Environmental DAO. 10% of it goes into operations and logistics. And then 3.5% of it goes into marketing and giveaways. Okay? And then 2.5% of the transaction fee, right, goes into the liquidity pool. Now, this is how thoughtful our team has been. Okay, this project is. By putting 2.5% of the transaction fees into the liquidity pool, we are ensuring that there's more money in the liquidity pool than what people have actually invested. We are putting more money into the liquidity pool. Okay? To make sure there's more money in there for people to make their withdrawals when they need to. All right? And then we take 1.5% of the transaction fee and we do what we call burn in crypto, which I'm sure you understand, right? We burn it, meaning we throw it away. We throw it away. We throw it away once again to have the effect of what? Reducing the total amount of ASH token in circulation, right? And causing the price to go up. Our goal is to burn as many ASH tokens as possible, as much of the ASH token as possible, so that the price goes up. Okay? This is how that works. That means that, today someone might get $200 million ASH tokens for a $100 transaction. By the time to come, the same $100 transaction, they're going to get like a quarter or one ASH token. Or a single ASH token. That's what we're trying to create. That's the effect that we're trying to create. And we've built all of this into the smart contracts so that it happens automatically. Okay? So that is the tokenomics of the ASH token project. All right? Let's talk about the affiliate program or the referral program. Now, I'm not one, and I don't have this skill. I envy all of you in a very good way because I'm not a good salesperson. So I never really participated in network marketing. Okay? I'm not that good in sales. But we know that for our community to grow, we need people who have that skill, who, if and when they buy the ASH token, and are so inclined to share the ASH token news with someone for them to also participate, right? We needed to incentivize these folks, such as yourselves.